A very good morning to all of you once again and back to our online classes. And we are again resuming our chapter number 4, The Enemy, Part 2, Vistas Class 12 English. So this is the second part of our chapter and The Enemy. In our previous video, I discussed you the pages from 24 to 29, and in that we saw about the enemy, about the author, about the theme of the chapter. Then we just gone through about the entire house of Dr. Sadao. We started with Dr. Sadao's house location, where it is situated, the nearby island. Then we have seen about Dr. Sadao's father, and then about how Dr. Sadao and Hannah met in America. And then today's present condition, we discussed that how Dr. Sadao and Hannah were standing in the veranda and they had a look on that disfigured, or rather some black figured thing, and when they rushed towards it, they found it was a human being who was actually washed off on the floor, and ultimately it was revealed that it was prisoner of war, an American soldier. Okay, my dear children, after that both of them were in dilemma what to do with this person who has been washed off by the sea or ocean, and they were preparing themselves to throw him back into the sea, but Dr. Sadao was reluctant to throw him back into the sea as he was wounded, and he has a good explanation for that to his wife Hannah. And finally they actually took him to the home, and the door of the room was particularly opened till there we actually saw in our first volume. So today we are going to deal with part 2 of this chapter, where we are going to discuss about what happened after they brought that prisoner of war in their home. So the room in which they kept, that room belongs to Dr. Sadao's father, and that particular room was totally arranged in Japanese style. Okay, so they kept that prisoner of war in Dr. Sadao's father's room, and total the arrangement of that particular area was in Japanese, traditional Japanese style, and they placed that injured man who was almost, or rather he was unconscious, on the floor on the thick mat. Okay, and then Dr. Sadao asked Hannah to bring some hot water, as now Dr. Sadao wanted to treat the patient and he was very, very dirty. So Hannah said, you need not to wash this prisoner or an enemy. I don't want that you should touch an enemy. I will ask one of the servant, and Yumi was there. We have seen in our previous part that how there were 3 servants. One was Yumi, who was a caretaker of the children, and another was a gardener, and another was a cook. So she said, no need to touch the enemy, I will ask the Yumi to do it. So Dr. Sadao agreed to it. Before he left the room, what happened, Dr. Sadao felt that this man has almost gone, this injured man who was an American prisoner, who was a prisoner of war, who was an American soldier. So he just actually examined his heartbeat, and though it was very faint and weak, but it was there. Okay, so Dr. Sadao went outside the room, and Hannah actually started searching for Yumi. She went there and she asked Yumi to come along with her for doing the things. And at that particular moment, what happened, Gardner was really, really worried. You know, old Gardner said to Dr. Sadao that our master should not actually treat this man. You know why? And he was really worried. He was in a very tone. He said, because both the sea and the gun actually has shot him, or rather actually he has been left to be dead, so you should actually leave him. He actually says that he was wounded by a gunshot, he was wounded by a sea. So if you start taking care, or rather you start treating him, time the sea and the gun is going to take revenge. These words of the gardener reflects that the gardener was much superstitious. So here I would like to tell you that the gardener he was very worried, and in a very worried tone he said that the sea and gun is going to take the revenge. Gun here represents the Japanese army and sea here represent Japan, the country itself. So he was very much superstitious in his belief, who the gardener, and even this, though our Hannah was not superstitious, but she also felt very bad because she was not feeling good in actually rescuing an enemy, an American soldier who was their enemy. Okay, so she said very calmly and quietly, okay, I will pass your message to Dr. Sadao. And then she asked Yumi to come along with her to the room. And what happened over there, after seeing that American, Yumi also turned in a very annoying mood, and rather in a very patriotic mood, and she refused the order of her master or madam, that is Hannah, and she said, no madam, I'm not going to watch this enemy. And Hannah felt very furious that she is not following the orders, but she cannot handle it out. So she said, okay, you go and look after the children. And Hannah herself started washing that dirty enemy, or rather the dirty American soldier. And then came Dr. Sadao, and he saw that his wife is doing, and then he helped him to wash her completely. And sooner or later Hannah realized that Dr. Sadao has worn his surgeon's coat, he has bought his surgeon's emergency bag. Oh my God, and she screamed, what are you doing? You're trying to save him. Dr. Sadao muttered, or rather he was murmuring, I don't know, but if we are not going to save, he is going to die. If we are not going to operate, he is definitely going to die. And if we operate, then he is going to die in the hands of the army also. That's also the truth. So Dr. Sadao was totally ready with his surgical process to be started once. And there has been one word mentioned, which you should know. It is a tokonoma alcove. It's tokonoma alcove is the word. There has been mentioned alcove. It means a part of a room where things are displayed. Tokonoma alcove is a part of room where things are displayed. So this area actually is mentioned where Dr. Sadao actually opened his surgical bag and put a sterilized towel over here and placed all his surgical instrument, and he tell his wife that you are going to help me in this process, means you are going to give this person anesthesia, and I'm going to tell you how you have to do. And she was scared and she was really uncomfortable. Hannah was really, I don't know, I've never done it before. He said, oh, I'm there to guide you. And Hannah was really uncomfortable. She went outside and she vomited first, and then she came inside. And so Dr. Sadao was a perfect surgeon. He started very fastly. He actually started doing all his procedures. And while Dr. Sadao was operating, Hannah sat quietly on the floor and watching, and she actually visualized all the torture marks, especially the scars on the neck and the cuts on the face. And she was thinking that really these, whatever the stories of the great heroes of war are published in newspapers and magazines are true. And it just remembers him after seeing that scar near the ear. She just remembered that how General Takima is also cruel, and he used to beat his wife, and likewise though the surgery was going on, and in that process of surgery Dr. Sadao's instrument hit somewhere hard thing and it was definitely the bullet on the lower back. So Dr. Sadao was able to actually locate the bullet, and he said, my dear friend, just missed the kidney, did not hit it. When Dr. Sadao was very much engrossed in his work during the process of this surgery, he usually started talking to his patient who is unconscious, and he was having a habit of addressing his patient as my dear friend. And here also he addressed his patient as my dear friend, though it is really contradictory. The person he was operating was his enemy, an American soldier. So with a few incisions he gave, and he removed that bullet. And when he removed that bullet, in that course of removing the bullet, the man actually moaned, he cried in pain in unconscious state, and he actually murmured something, and the words were, oh, they have got my guts. The word which has been mentioned is, they have got my guts. And it means that it is a figurative language. It means that how he has been captivated by these Japanese army, but he has enough courage to withstand it, and Japanese definitely will have a tough time. So Hannah tried to spoke something to Dr. Sadao, and Dr. Sadao said, he hushed Hannah and said, shh, let it be like that. And he really played the role of a doctor of saving a life. And you know what happened? After a few hours, that after the unconsciousness, after the operation was over, that man gained consciousness, and Hannah herself fed the man. Okay, and after on the third day, what happened? Dr. Sadao, after that, means on the third day of the operation, Dr. Sadao went, third day after the operation. You know what happened? Dr. Sadao went to examine that injured man. Dr. Sadao went to examine that injured man. He was his enemy. He was definitely an American who has escaped from the Japanese army. And Dr. Sadao was a Japanese. But he went over there, and he found, as soon as he entered the room, he found that man was trying to sit upright, and scolded, you, are you trying to die? Just lie down, it's not the time that you can stand up. And he examined the wound, and the American was just asking him the question, what are you going to do with me? What are you going to do with me? Are you going to hand me over the police? Like that was his questionnaires. But Dr. Sadao didn't actually answer, and he just stepped outside after the examination. Actually, Dr. Sadao himself does not know what to do with this person, because he was very much reluctant in throwing this man back into the sea. And then once they brought him, though they decided they will not actually give him full treatment, he already operated, he removed the bullet, and now it's the third day of operation. But in his subconscious level, Dr. Sadao's, it was supposed that we have decided that we are going to hand over to the police. And then Hannah was just standing outside, outside the room when Dr. Sadao went inside for this examination. And after the examination, and when Dr. Sadao came outside, Hannah told, our servants are on revolt. What? That they said that they're not going to continue with us anymore, or they are unable to continue with us any further if we are going to shelter this enemy. Oh my God, this is the second biggest problem in Dr. Sadao's life. Although while bringing this man to the home for treatment purpose, Dr. Sadao was having the question in his mind that what he is going to answer the servant. Then Hannah just told him that we are going to tell them that once he is okay and once he's recovered as his wounded man, we will hand over him to the police. But at present, after the third day of the operation, the revolt has already started at home. And she's further added that they are saying, the servants are saying like that I and you are trained in America. That's why we have a little bit of likingness towards the Americans, and we have actually forgot our priority for our country. And that words were really, really bad for Dr. Sadao, as he was really faithful citizen. So he reacted very harshly and rudely. What they said? What are they saying? He replied to his wife that, can't they see that he is wounded? I'm just trying to save his life because I am meant for that. I'm trained as a doctor in saving the life, not killing the people. Then Hannah very quietly replied, but the servants won't understand. My dear husband, the servants are not going to understand. Then Dr. Sadao said, leave it. And the husband and wife don't spoke anything to the servant. But servants, their attitude changed and they became unfriendly. Though they were polite, they became unfriendly towards their master because they have actually sheltered an American who is an enemy, or rather who's a prisoner of war. And now, further progressing in the story, there has been told about the conversation. There is a conversation among the three servants. Who are the three? There is a conversation. Okay, and the conversation is among the gardener, and it is among the cook, and it is the Yumi is also involved. And they were deliberately talking in a loud voice so that Hannah could hear that conversation. And you know what the gardener was telling? I don't know what our master is trying to do. He knows his work very well, but he should actually left that dead man to be dead. When he was almost dead only, why he brought him to shelter in his house? Then Cook said about the master, means about Dr. Sadao. Oh my God, our master is so proud of his skill of saving life that he have forgot that he is trying to save an enemy's life. Oh my God, such a harsh and very hard words they were using for their master. Okay, so what he's telling, he was so proud of his skill that he's saving an enemy life. He is not bothered whose life he's saving. And then Yumi also started in the conversation, and she started, Array, just think about the fate of the children. They will be labeled as what? They will be labeled as the traitors' children. Oh my God, the fate of the children of Dr. Sadao. Yumi gone so far. Come on, just think. So they were talking in a little bit high voice so that Hannah would listen. Hannah was listening also. And she was worried also, because now a little bit not, but they were more in a very revoltitious mood. These servants were there. In this meantime, our Dr. Sadao actually went towards his office. He actually sat down in his office and he started writing a letter to the police department, narrating the entire scenario, that how he actually found this wounded man washed off at the shore. But he was not able to complete the letter, and that's why he actually folded the incomplete letter and put it in his drawer. Okay, so the servants were in revolt mood, and after this, exactly after this, means on the third day, what happened after of the operation, after that, exactly on the seventh day, two disastrous things happened. Two shocking things happened after that ultimatum of the servants. Servants gave the ultimatum to Dr. Sadao and Hannah that we cannot stay in this house longer anymore, any further, as you are sheltering an enemy. And after that particular day, on the seventh day, two major things happen. What major things happen? Number one was servants left. In the morning, Hannah got up and she saw that the house was dirty, the food has not been made, and she saw that the servants have collected all their belongings and they were ready to leave. And you know, while leaving, the servants were they were crying like anything. And Hannah could react like something very in annoying mood or in any furious mood, that why you're leaving, I'm your master, you should obey. But Hannah was as graceful as she was known, and she was very calm. She gave the payment to the servants. She thanked the servants for their duties towards the house, and the gardener and the cook were crying heavily because they were very old. They were appointed since Dr. Sadao's father's time. Even Yumi was crying, and she told Hannah that whenever the children need me, please call me, I'm at this home only, and like that. So servants left the house. And the second thing, on the next in the afternoon, you know what happened? Hannah was busy doing the work, as the servant had already left, and messenger arrived. He was in police uniform. And Hannah was engrossed in doing all kind of work, all kind of household work. She was so much engrossed. And as soon as she had the look on this messenger, she was in like a shock state. Oh my God, the servants left, and had they informed the authorities about it that we are sheltering an enemy? And she ran towards Dr. Sadao, and the messenger also followed. And you know what happened? Messenger said, Dr. Sadao, our old general is in great pain, and you need to come along with me in the palace. That was a relief breath for Hannah. Oh God, it was not like that somebody has informed about us that we are traitors. But as I told you in the starting of this chapter, that General Takima was really liking Dr. Sadao, and that's why Dr. Sadao was not actually sent along with the troops to other parts of the world or to other appointment areas. And here the general was again in trouble, and his health was not well, so he went there, and Dr. Sadao said, okay, I will come along with you, and see how much we can say down to our Dr. Sadao. If you read the chapter, as soon as the messenger arrived, as the messenger was in police uniform, or in rather a uniform, so Dr. Sadao immediately stood up as a mark of respect. This is the words written in your book, so just read it very thoroughly. And what happened? When he went to the general, he examined him. General was in great pain, and he was just asking Dr. Sadao that, oh my God, whether I am going to survive any heart attack more. He said, you will be. And then when everything was over, Dr. Sadao said, General, I have one thing to describe to you. What one thing you have to describe? Yes. And he narrated the entire event to General, that how he met or how he actually found that American soldier washed off at the shore, and how he had sheltered him at his house. And now what to do, he does not know, because he is our enemy. How to report to the police? So General said, need not to worry, Dr. Sadao, I'm going to help you out. You are a I have full faith on you, Because if you are arrested, Dr. Sadao, on these charges as sheltering an enemy, then what about me? So it doesn't matter, Dr. Sadao, you have narrated the entire incident to me. I'm going to help it out. How you are going to help it out? See, and why I'm going to help it out, he tells you. And see, the general was a little bit witty also, So he said, since Dr. Sadao, if you are arrested and you are sentenced to death, and on the next day I require an operation, then who is going to operate me? That's why I'm going to save you. Dr. Sadao said, no, doc. No, it's not like that, General. If I'm accused, if I'm faulty at my point, kindly let me get arrested. No, it's not like that, General said. I don't have trust on any of the top surgeons, even they are trained by Germans. Means, apart from Dr. Sadao, all the well-known surgeons there in Japan were trained by Germans. And this General Takima was not having any faith on these doctors who were trained by the Germans. He said, oh no, you have a mixture of both German and Americans. Germans' harshness and American emotions. Okay. So it was like that. He was trying to figure out, he was also speaking in a figurative language. Harshness means Dr. Sadao was ready to hand over the prisoner of war to the police. And secondly, American emotions means here he mean that he is not going to make him die during the operations. Means he will try. Dr. Sadao is going to save General Takima in the operation. Because why he's not going to have faith, why General Takima is not having faith in this other doctor than Dr. Sadao, because he's telling they are trained by Germans, and even I die on the operation table, they will say the operation is successful. Such type of doctors they are. So you can imagine why he want to say. And then he said, I have a solution for you, Dr. Sadao. Need not to worry. And that man, the best option is he should be killed. You will not kill Dr. Sadao. You need not to kill that man. You are a doctor. You already saved his life. I will hire some assassinators or killers. I will send to your house. And they are professional killers. And then they are going to kill him very silently. And even if you want, they will remove the dead body also from your house. The only thing is you need to keep the partition open. Okay, means that particular room area where he is residing, prisoner of war is residing, you need to keep that room area open. Who is telling? Yes, the General Takima actually had a well-laid plan for Dr. Sadao. Dr. Sadao openly, heartedly described that this is the scenario. And doctor was confronted, or rather comforted, by the General Takima, and he came back to the house. Yes, Dr. Sadao came back. He did not tell anything to his wife. He said, once this thing is over, once this prisoner of war is means away from my house, I will tell everything to my wife, Hannah. And you know what happened? That day, Dr. Sadao didn't go to his room. The night was there. Dr. Sadao was having in mind the first night, 3 days. What General promised? General promised that he will hire a professional killers and he will send to Dr. Sadao, and they will get rid of that prisoner of war. They will kill him very silently and remove the dead body. That is the best option. In that way, Dr. Sadao will not be caught by the police or Japanese army for doing anything wrong. So, on the first night, first, second and third night, 3 nights or 3 days rather, 3 days, Dr. Sadao waited for these professional killers to arrive at his house, because he told, General told that today or coming days, any day, these professional killers will do something, will come and do their work. Okay, first night he just waited. Next morning he immediately went to the room. The American was well there. Oh my God, he's still alive. First night, after the first night he was alive. Okay, second night was little bit full of restlessness for Dr. Sadao, because there was a lot of breeze blowing in the second night, and the doors were the windows were banging like anything. They were making very great sound. So even Dr. Sadau's wife Hannah told that we should go and actually close the door of that American man, Tom. And he said no, he can do by himself. Now he can stand also. Second night, very heavily breeze was blowing, and Dr. Sadao was actually expecting that professional killers to arrive. He had not told Hannah. Next day he went to his room. To whose room? That American soldier's room. He was still alive. He was again alive over there after it. And on the third day, it was not only breeze was blowing, but there was rainfall also on the third night. So this day, and there were footsteps also, which was heard by Dr. Sadao, maybe in that course of this high breeze blowing and heavy rainfall. Dr. Sadao thought that the professional killers have arrived. Even the child disturbed him. He held Yumi not to leave the room, and he just warned Yumi, be here. He warned Hannah not to leave the room, and his wife. And after the third night, he went to the American room. He was still alive. Dr. Sadao was restless, and he was really, it was not like that he disliked or he liked that personality, but it was really inconvenient for him to make him further stay at his house, because Hannah was after him. She was continuously after him, after the servants left, Hannah was just standing on Dr. Sadao's head. Even the servants decided they know what to do with him. Don't know what to do with this man. So she was every time she was shouting, and I was after Dr. Sadao, that what we have to do with this American man. Now he has almost recovered. Why don't you report to the police? And Dr. Sadao was, after these 3 nights, for waiting for what? This professional killer, which General Takima promised that he is going to send. They didn't come. The man was still alive. Dr. Sadao went to the American room, this American boy room, and he said, I have a boat there on the shore. I have placed sufficient amount of food, water, clothing, okay? And you are going to take this boat to the island. Oh my God. American was shocked. He was really shocked. Do you really want me to do this? He said. Are you again helping me? Dr. Sadao said, no, I am not helping. I'm not helping. And I'm not trying to help you, but it's like that it's really inconvenient for me that you could stay in my house any further. You look, everybody has come across, even the servants have left, so they might have reported to somebody or other. It's better that you leave my house. So before leaving, he handed over him a torch, warned him that you have to go to that island through this boat. Don't try to actually exercise this torch in the night, otherwise the guards are going to catch you over there. Wait till the Korean fishing boat comes, because the Korean fishing boats actually pass very close to that island, and when they come, ask them some help, and then you rescue in that Korean fishing boat. Till then, you have to stay in that island. I have given you all the sufficient food, water, clothing, everything is there. You can find some fishes also, but don't try to cook it, because the smoke which is going to appear above the island is going to actually cause you a lot of trouble. So you have to eat it raw. And this torch, if you run out of any food, water, and you are in trouble, kindly flash this torch in the daytime, in the sun horizon, not in the night time. And then he made the American ready. He made the American ready by making him wear that Japanese outer garment kimono, and he made them to, that American soldier went away to that island in that boat, which Dr. Sadao has arranged. And after a few days, what happened? This General Takima, we are coming back now. Where? To General Takima. He required the operation and he was operated. General Takima's health was not well, and Dr. Sadao was again called, and he was operated, and he was in a great pain. His gallbladder was involved, and the first 12 hours were so crucial after operations that Dr. Sadao was not sure that this General Takima is going to survive also. But gradually General Takima recovered, and after 1 week of operation, how many days? After 1 week, Dr. Sadao felt that it is fine to talk to General Takima regarding that American prisoner or American man whom he has sheltered in his house. So he went to General Takima and what he told? Oh, General, I discussed you about that injured man which I found at the seashore. And General, you promised, but he escaped from my house. General was in great pain, so initially he didn't react or responded, but his eyes rolled. Within few seconds, he realized what Dr. Sadao was talking, and he said, he escaped, you said, doctor? And yes, didn't I promise you, doctor, that I will send some professional killers to kill him so that you are relieved? Yes, you promised, General, but they never came. Yeah, I was in so pain, doctor, that I could not remember anything else by my pain. Okay, that's okay, fine. It's not either part, neither you nor me. Both have not done the duties apart. It's not like that. We tried, but we did it. Dr. Sadao came back to the home, and he was just in the night. He was searching that black spot on the island. That if the black figure is there on the island, it means that the American soldier is still there on the island. And that night, welcome back, and that night, what happened? There was no black spotlight on that island. And what happened? Dr. Sadao actually got his reward. What reward he got? That his patient, or rather that prisoner of war, have actually escaped through the Korean fishing boat, because no black spotlight was there on that nearby island. So in the concluding paragraph, we have seen that how Dr. Sadao goes into a flashback. He remembers everything of America, that how he and Hannah had met in America, how as a Japanese, it was really difficult for him to find even accommodation in America, and how he and Hannah met in American professor's house, and how that dirty landlady was really the accommodation area was so dirty, but she only was the one who actually gave his house for him to live over there in America. In the last years, that American lady even served Dr. Sadao or nursed Dr. Sadao when Dr. Sadao was suffering from influenza. Though both means that American lady was not so tidy in her work or so good in her things, but she had a kindness in her heart. And I was just telling you that how in America, in the last passage, that how in America he was just recalling all the events, that how he and Hannah met in American professor's house. He was not able to find any accommodation in America, and then his landlady whose house was in a very dirty atmosphere, actually give consent for him to live in his house. As a PG, he lived in his house. And that lady, though Dr. Sadao really disliked Americans, that lady really had a kindness in her heart, and she served Dr. Sadao when he was in the last years of America. He was spending his last years in America when he was having influenza, and that same emotions were there in this prisoner of war man eyes also. And Dr. Sadao was wondering that he was not able to kill his enemy. So here the chapter ends on the positive note that how Dr. Sadao actually helped rather an American to flee from its place who was his enemy. He performed both his duties as a citizen also. He informed the general, and as a doctor also he actually treated a wounded person which nobody has actually seen him when he found him out, or rather he figured him out, but he sheltered him and against all odds treated him, because he said that I have been trained in a way to save the human life rather to kill a human life. Okay, my dear children, so here the chapters really actually waves that particular thing, that it condemns all the racial discrimination and the superiority of humanity is waving, or this chapter actually definitely there was a conflict between man's conscience and a man's duty towards his own country, but again humanity wins over in the chapter, and the chapter ends on a positive note, and Dr. Sadao performs both his role perfectly, though that American was his enemy, but as a doctor, as he was trained to save the life, he saved the life. So till then, my dear children, we meet. Madam should say goodbye. No, before Madam should say goodbye, we should give few questions to you. Only few questions I am going to give you. Note it down very, very quickly. Okay? And you should complete these questions in your copy. Okay? First question is, how did Dr. Sadao ensure that the American soldier left his house, but he himself remained safe and secure. Okay? And the second question is, how does the writer indicate that Dr. Sadao's father was a very traditional and conventional man. Okay, my dear children, so these two questions you can finish or complete in your notebooks, and I will be sending you notes to the study base. So study it properly, complete all your books and notes, and do it very seriously. Go through the videos twice or thrice if you don't understand. Till we meet next time, from my side, have a nice day and goodbye.